What is up, Android fans? It's Eric for Mobile back again with another ROM review. And today, guys, I got a ROM for you called SkyDragon. It is an LG stock-based ROM for the Verizon LG G3. So let's jump into the review, guys. And really quick, I want to make a confession, kind of embarrassing. I did try this ROM out a day or two ago, and I basically had a terrible experience. It was laggy, everything was slow, it was real jumpy, everything took forever to load. It was basically just a really bad experience. The ROM was not running well on my phone, and I basically chalked this up to if I had to have done something wrong while flashing this ROM on my phone, whether or not I didn't properly wipe the system, if I could have maybe forgotten to clear the caches out. I don't know what it was, but it just made the ROM run really terribly on my phone. So I jumped to another ROM and kind of pushed this one to the side, thinking it needed a little bit more development. But I decided to give it another try, figuring it must have been a fluke. I've reinstalled it on my G3, and guys, I gotta tell you, hands down, without a doubt, this is the best stock LG based ROM that I've run on this phone. I'm absolutely loving it. It's an amazing performer. Nothing can really quite live up to stock Android and Lollipop as far as the smooth transitions and animations and lag-free experience, but this gets pretty darn close. It's, like I said, an amazing performer. I have just loved using it. So let's jump into what makes this ROM so great. First of all, it is based off of the very latest updated version of the ROM. This, like I said, is for Verizon. So if we jump down into here to About Phone and software information, you can see it is version 12B right there. So this is the latest update. It just came out a few days ago for the Verizon LG G3. And basically, all this update really does for the phone is it added the HD calling feature, which is something that's pretty new on Verizon. It added that. It updated some of the core LG apps and just got them up to their newest versions, stuff like that. So I mean, it wasn't a huge update. It was just an incremental thing. It also updated the radio, so theoretically, you should be getting a little bit better service and 4G coverage. But other than that, I mean, it was a pretty basic update. So it is nice to see this ROM out already based on the newest version of the Verizon LG ROM. But the main thing that makes this ROM so great is the Aroma installer. If any of you don't know what that is, when you download the flashable file and you reboot into your recovery and you're flashing this on your phone, it'll bring up something called the Aroma installer. And what the developer has done is he's basically allowed you to go through and choose how you want to customize this ROM yourself. So first, you'll be able to choose which apps are included in the ROM. By default, it's fairly de-bloated. So you can choose which Google apps you want to be flashed. You can choose which LG apps are included. I think that's a really nice feature. I like de-bloated ROMs. I like not having a ton of apps included on the phone by default and just have a whole bunch that you don't use. So it was nice to see that he gave you the choice to what you wanted to have installed on your phone. So after you choose which Google apps you want, which LG apps you want, you can also choose which region of the world you live in to better get a sync on GPS. So that's a nice feature. But probably the biggest thing about this ROM that makes it run so well is the developer has built his own custom kernel for this phone. And basically, he compared it to trying to get this phone up to par in performance with the HTC One M8. If anyone's ever used that phone, they know it's a great performer, a really lag-free experience, and that was his goal with this ROM. He wanted it to run smoother, and I can say without a doubt that he's really achieved that with this ROM. Like I said earlier, it is just really smooth, really good performer. So having the ability to flash that custom kernel is really great. Now you can stick with the stock LG kernel, which is a nice feature if you don't want to mess around thinking that custom kernels can make your phone more unstable, which can be the case with ones that aren't as well developed, but not in this case. This kernel performs awesome. The stability has been rock solid. I haven't had reboots, freezes, really lag free. So I can say that he's done a great job in developing this ROM and making it a solid performer. As far as, like I said, the performance goes, buttery smooth. I just barely talked on the stability. Everything is fluid. Like I said, no freezes, no reboots. And another thing that I love seeing is solid battery life. I've been running this phone off of the charger since about 5:30 a.m. And let's see what I'm at right now. 64% battery. So if we jump in here, 11 hours, 7 minutes on the battery. If you ask me, that's pretty great. I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore power user, but you know, I've been checking social media, syncing multiple Gmail accounts, watching YouTube videos, phone calls, text messages, streaming music, you name it. I've been doing it all day today. I'm a pretty moderate user, so I think that that battery performance is admirable. You know, there's nothing better than getting through an entire day on battery, and you can definitely do that with this ROM. Now, SkyDragon still is fairly early in development. I think this is only the second version of the ROM, so I'm sure as more updates come out for the G3 and as more features are added, he's going to be quick to update this ROM. But I am definitely loving it. While some of the LG ROMs, or I'm sorry, while some of the stock Android ROMs are still getting figured out as far as the stability goes and the features, I would have no problem running this ROM until those Lollipop ROMs are farther along in development. It's that good. I'm probably going to leave it on my phone for a while until something bigger and better comes out, which who knows when that's going to be. This is that good of a ROM. I'm going to leave a link in the description for the ROM as well as the updated modem for the phone, so that'll update your radios. Whenever Verizon updates their stock ROMs, all the radios are updated as well, and you've got to flash those separately. So if you're going to download this and install this ROM, you can also install those updated radios. I definitely recommend doing that. It'll just make your experience that much better. But really, that's been it for this ROM. There's not a ton to show you guys. You know, it's like I said, it's just fast, it's smooth. You can choose what apps you want installed on the ROM. You can take out the ones you don't. It's totally user customizable, and you know, that's something I really love. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. I'm going to keep putting up videos once ROMs are made and updated. I'll leave a link in the description for the ROM and for the modem, so definitely check that out. I appreciate you guys looking at this video, and I'll see you on the next one.